Hello everyone, this is Serpil Kaputlu. I'm full-time college readiness math faculty at Triton College and also the chairperson of Professional Development Committee. I have been using Zoom application for my online teaching and meetings for a while, and some of my colleagues asked me if I could show some of the features of Zoom app, so I decided to create this video for you. I will start from scratch and I will assume that you don't know anything about the app and show you how to use the app step by step. So I list my steps here. So I'm going to go over each step. So here comes step 1. Are you ready? I'm going to go to the web page. So go to the website zoom.com or zoom.us. Your institution may have Zoom account for faculty, and if that's the case, I would suggest you to use school account so you will have unlimited time in Zoom. If your institution doesn't have Zoom account, then you will need to create your own Zoom account. If you want to create your account with no cost, you will be allowed to have up to 100 participants and 40 minutes recording. After 40 minutes, your participants need to click the link that you will send them. I will show you how to create the link. So then the participant will have another 40 minutes. Which is not bad, right? So I will just show you the steps, but then I will go back to my account. So you will say sign up. Then you want to choose your Google account. See the options here. You can put an email or sign in with Google. I will choose that. Once you click here, you will have the list of your Google account. I have multiple Google accounts because some of my Google Drive are already full with the videos. So once you click sign in with Google, you will see a list of Google accounts that you have, so you can choose the one that you want to continue. I will go to step 2. Since I already have the account, I will just sign in. So once you sign in, it is up to you if you want to go over the settings. So that step, the second step, will be optional for you because Zoom accounts come with default settings. So if you want to modify settings based on your needs, you can go to setting tab on the website, and settings are different in the Zoom website and Zoom app slightly. I mean, you will have some features in the website that you don't have it in the Zoom app. So once you download the Zoom, you will have Zoom app in your computer, but you may want to go to the website to reach all the settings. So here, if you want to add breakout session feature to your Zoom account, you need to go to the Zoom website setting. And if you want your participant work in different virtual rooms and you want to start several breakout sessions during the main session, you could do that easily. So whenever you click and activate that breakout room, then your Zoom app will have that option. So I will show you how to use that when I go to the app. So let's say your students wants to do group project or talk about the questions that you assign, you can create breakout session for them. You can do it manually or randomly. As a host, you will be able to go to each session, each breakout session, and see if students needs help. And when they have breakout session, they will also have separate chat box, so you can answer their question and go from one breakout session to other. You can also move students from one breakout session to another one. So let me go up. You can go to the option in settings and change default settings as you want. You see lots of things listed here. I usually keep the first option is about video. So I usually keep the video off in entry because I want to turn on the video when I'm ready. Close the videos for all participants in the entry, so then they can open it up if they want to. Bottom here, you see another option at the bottom. I choose telephone and computer audio. So because I want to allow my participant to call in from their cell phone or use their computer. So Zoom app is user-friendly app. The students can join with their smartphone. They can also call from the phone number, but for them to see the whole presentation, they want to download the Zoom app to their cell phone and then call in. And I don't require meeting ID or password for my meetings, but you could if you want to. You will be able to share your screen. So here's the screen sharing settings. I would keep screen share setting as default. You don't want to allow all participants share their screen, which will cause to have many concentric screen, one inside to another, and you don't want that happen. So you want to do screen share one person at a time. As you see, lots of options here, so you can visit them or keep it as default setting. And at the top, you can also change recording settings. So you will be able to record the session, send it to the students, because you may not have all students available at the same time. If the students cannot participate to the session, they can watch the recording session after that. So I won't activate the auto recording here because I want to start recording after I check if the students can hear me or I can hear them. If you activate this option here, the system will start recording once you start the session. So it is up to you how you want to set it up. Let me go to Zoom app now. I will show you how to schedule a meeting. So that will be our third step, right? So we are gonna schedule a meeting. To do that, in Zoom app, you will go to Home tab here and then Schedule. There's a recurring meeting option here. If you use recurring meeting option, you will not need to worry about time restriction. Meeting room will have an invitation link. You can share the link with your students via email, and if you create the meeting as a recurring meeting, then you will be able to keep and use the same webinar link for entire semester for the class. But you can also create start and ending options, so you can also create for a specific time if you want to. I would keep the video off for participant and also for myself, and then I will allow the students to join from their phone or computer. And you see the option here about Google Calendar. If you want to keep that activated, then when you schedule a meeting, all your meetings will go to your Google Calendar. Under advanced option, you have option to enable waiting room. And if you don't want the students wait in a room before you accept them, you can just click here. So that option will not be activated, so the students will be able to join without your permission. And if you want students join the room before you start the meeting, you can enable join before host. That will help the students get into the room and they will not need to wait for you. Otherwise, they will have a screen saying that they need to wait for the host to join the meeting. So in the meantime, you will also receive an email saying that participants are waiting for you. So I usually enable it so the students can start exploring the app before I join the meeting. And mute participants upon entry will help you to block outside noises. When participants attend the session, they will be muted, and then they can open microphone whenever they want to. By the way, at the top, if you want to set up a password for the meeting and if you want to change the password, you could change and you can create your own unique password. Make sure that the participant don't join your room by using two different devices in the same room. If they join from the laptop and also from their smartphone, then it will cause some echo problems in the voice, which is not fun. It could be quite annoying. Okay, so you can go ahead, schedule meeting, add your meeting to your calendar, so your meeting will be ready. I will cancel this because I already have a lot of meetings listed. On the right side, there's also another setting option here. If you click your picture on the right corner and go to settings, then you can reach the app settings. You can go to your video, change the option, you can set your video HD, and you can change the audio settings and screen share, chat. You can set a visual background. So there are some additional options here. So you can revisit the settings. After you create your meeting, so let's say I want to talk about Serpil Kaputlu's class meeting, and each meeting has different ID. So in this meeting, I can go ahead, open the invitation. You will be ready to send the invitation to your participants. As I mentioned before, invitation link you create will stay same for entire semester. By the way, let me move my camera here so I can look at the camera while I'm talking, because I keep looking at my video. Okay, so invitation is kind of long, so to make it clear, you can just share this part, only meeting ID and the link. That will be enough for the students to make it clear and short. But you can copy the invitation and share the entire thing if you want to, so they can have phone number to call in. Most of students will not even need meeting ID because I don't create my session with meeting ID. But I still share meeting ID in case they need it. By the way, I suggest you to create different meeting for each class, so you will not have risk having a student join to your different class by mistake. So that could happen. I'm gonna close my camera so I can actually see the entire thing. Yeah. See a recorded session next to upcoming meetings. So those are the sessions that I record earlier, and I use this Google account mostly for my professional development committee meetings, and I asked the members already if I could record the meetings, and they accepted. So as a chair, I can use recorded sessions to make sure I keep track of everything discussed during the meeting and share it with the faculty member who missed the meeting, of course, per their request. So if they want to watch the session, the recorded session, they could. Since I open Zoom app during my face-to-face meeting, and the faculty member who are not in campus that day can still join the meeting from their home, and Zoom app can also be used for department meetings as long as one faculty member open the Zoom from their smartphone or computer. As long as the computer has microphone and speaker during the meeting, Zoom is gonna be very easy to use for classroom settings or individual lectures, videos, or department or committee meetings. Now I'm gonna click upcoming meetings, and I choose the class that I'm gonna start. So I wanna click start here. But since I already started before I open the session, because I wanted to open the menu bar and my camera, that's why you don't see it activated, but this will be activated in your screen. So once you click on it, so you will see that menu come out. So you can move it anywhere you want. And this will be our step 4 actually. So now you start the meeting, and let's see how the meeting page will look like. So you see there's a microphone and camera icons, so you can turn off the video or make it on. There are also some settings next to those, so you can choose the camera and microphone you want to use, and you can click the participant list. You will be able to see the participant list on the right side of the page. If the students join the meeting with their cell phone, then they have to swipe to the next page to see the participant list. So, but in your screen, you can move it anywhere. So you will have list of students here. You can mute all or unmute all with one click, or you can go to on the name of each participant and mute individually. So that's another option. Sometimes you may need it to block outside noise. I suggest the participant to mute the microphone and unmute only when they are gonna share something and they would like to talk. The participant may be outside in shopping mall, in noisy area, or have TV on, or kids at home. So I suggest them to mute again after they ask their question or they talk. So that way the other students in the session don't get distracted. I suggest you to use headset or AirPods That will minimize the outside noise. Under more tab here, you see record option. So you can record. I start recording now. You see the circle at the bottom, red dot. It's telling you that you start recording. So that way I will see pause recording option. Let's say your son came from school and you want to let him know that you're in the session and then come back to your session, and if you pause it, that will give you option to resume. So you can resume recording, so you can continue where you left off. However, you don't want to give long break. So if you don't come back for a while, then the session may stop. So if you click stop recording, then you will be done with the session. So the new session will be recorded when you click record again. So you want to know if you're going to pause and come back or completely done with the session before you click on it. So if you're recording the session, the video will be downloaded to your computer after you stop recording and close the session. I will show you that part at the end of video. But yeah, I can show you there's an option here, end meeting. So when you click end meeting, you can end the meeting for all participants. So then your video will be start recording. So there's also chat box you see at the top, but it is not easy to get back to them in the chat box while you're doing the lecture or presentation. So you may want to give a short break during the presentation and check the chat box to see whether they have any question. I activated the breakout session for one of my class. So let me end this meeting. So give me option end meeting for all. So I will say yes. So see, this page came to my screen. So now it is downloading. So it may take 15-20 minutes. If your video is long, it may take more than that. So I will keep it there side. So I will go to app so I can show you. So I set up this class with breakout rooms. So see breakout rooms listed here. In the previous session there were no breakout rooms. So when you activate the breakout session in settings, you can have that option. So you can allow the participant to go to rooms. You can create how many rooms you wanna have, and let's say you have 20 participants and you can have 5 rooms. You can assign it randomly, so the system will assign the students to each room automatically, or you can do it manually, but you need to have participants to do that. I have 0 participants now, so that's why I cannot create the rooms. But yeah, that easily can be created, and you can move one student to another session if you want, and they will have their own chat box so they can talk to each other. As an instructor, you can visit each group and see how they're doing. I want to open my video so I can show you how I use the share options. So there are multiple options listed here. So you can actually go try iPhone, iPad share if you want. I have touchscreen computer, so that's why I don't use iPhone, iPad, but yeah, that's the option. So if you click on it, so I open my camera so I can show you how I do it. So you're gonna say share. So then you want to go to your iPhone, you will have screen mirroring. So look at the screen mirroring option, click on it. So then you're going to have zoom here. So click on zoom so you can actually use your screen now. So let's say you want to use teaching apps. So I have some teaching apps listed here that I use for my classes. So you can take attendance by using attendance app, or you can go to whiteboard. So let's say you want to write equation 2x squared plus 5x equal to 10. So you can actually go to eraser and erase part of it, or you can use the back option. You see there's a back option at the top here, so you can go back, or you can go click plus, and under plus you have different graphing options you could use. So I mean, you could use some of those apps, and you can also play game with the students, but you want to make sure that you have a good internet connection. So you want to have high-speed connection, and you want to use the same connection with your laptop and your iPhone, so that way you will not have a problem. So I will go ahead share my screen with you. So I will share the entire screen, and then I will show you the graphing calculator. This is one thing that I share with the students, so you can download the graphing calculator or the app for your whatever your major is. You can download the useful apps to your computer and share with the students. So let's say I teach elementary statistics class, and I want to show the students how to find the standard deviation, so I can go through those steps, share with the students. That's one thing you could do. I want to go to one of homework page, so I can show you how I do lecture. So you will see an option at the bottom, pen. So when you click on it, you will have new menu pop up. So then you can, by the way, while you're sharing your screen, if you have multiple screen, you may have option like desktop 1, desktop 2, so you can choose which one you want to share. But here I have only one laptop, one screen, so I didn't have that option in my screen page. So you also have option to go to certain web page, but I prefer share the whole thing. So as you see, I can show multiple things at a time. So while I'm going over the problem, I can open the calculator at the same time, or I can show something on my document camera while I'm going over the problem. So those type of things help. So I'm gonna click draw, and under draw I will click the options. So here you can choose the colors, you can change the thickness of the pen. So I'm gonna go ahead solve the problem. So let's say I want to use blue, actually a different color will be good. So 3x squared minus 12x will be the derivative of the function. Make it equal to 0, find the critical points. So you will factor out 3x, x minus 4 will be equal to 0. So now I use my finger to write it since it's touchscreen, but you can also use a touchscreen pen if you have touchscreen computer. If you don't, with the mouse, it will be hard to do writing. Then you may prefer using document camera, iPad, or you can purchase X Pen. I can change the color, so then I will show step-by-step solution to the student so they will know what are the steps. So 0 over 3, 0, and x equal to 4. So I can show them the critical values, and there are also boundaries given. So if I want to move to the bottom, so I'm going to go click mouse and scroll down. But as you see, all my writing's moving to the bottom. They're not gonna go away. So I will go eraser. So erase the part that I don't want it. And then if you go clear the whole thing, you will have option to do that. But I want to keep those for now. So I'm going to go different color again. So I will show them how to plug the values in the function so they can actually find absolute minimum and absolute maximum in the topic. So that's what I do. So then again, if I move, as you see, all writings stay on the screen. So I'm going to go clear all drawings, so everything will be gone. So I can go to mouse again, so then I can go through the next problem. So that will be good way to do the lecture. So while I'm doing it, I can open my calculator, do the work on the calculator, or you can open some useful apps. So for example, in my Google browser, I list the good apps that I use for my classes at the top. If you want to go Alex, my LabMat, or Desmos graphing calculator, so you can open the website easily, because you know, in new generation, attention span is a little short comparing to our generation. So we don't want the students keep waiting for us to get ready. So if you prepare everything ready before your presentation, will be good. So you can go to different website easily and use it. At the bottom, you see I have my calculator ready, and Word, my overhead projector ready, and PowerPoint presentation. Let me show you one of my PowerPoint presentations. I keep looking at my camera, so it's better to place the camera right below the webcam. So when you look at the camera, the students will think that you look at their eye. So here there is a PowerPoint that I prepared earlier. So you're able to write anywhere on the page. You can also make the PowerPoint presentation a large screen. 5 divided by 0, what is it? Assume that there are 5 cookies in the kitchen and there's no one in the kitchen. How many cookies you get? That question will not make sense, right? So that's undefined. If you divide 0 by a number, that will be 0, because there are 0 cookies in the kitchen and there are 5 people in the kitchen. How many cookies you get if you one of them? There's no cookies. That makes sense, right? So that's okay. So you can divide 0 by a number, but you cannot divide number by 0. So that's no. So this is something, I use. As you see, I can write anywhere on my screen. So I can go to different color and point out the slides. If you wanna go ahead, make it large screen, you could. So let me go to document camera. So I'm gonna close my video. So I'm gonna focus on here. If you want to show any hands-on activity, how to use manipulatives such as algebra tiles, magnet pieces, and 3D shape, you can easily show them by using the document camera. For example, if you want to show how to calculate the surface area of cylinder, so this is cylinder. So what I would do, I would open it up and ask them what will be area of this rectangle and what will be area of those circles. So if we actually add those areas, we actually calculate surface area of the shape, because surface area will not include inside of the shape. Or you want to show some algebra tiles. Let me move this menu here. By the way, the students doesn't see pen menu here. I'm using different program, so you can see all the options, but the students will not see that menu. So you can move it anywhere you want. With this document camera, you can show the students how to solve equations. So you can move same amount of pieces from both sides. So, or you wanna use area of a shape for factoring a polynomial or multiplying polynomials. You could do that. You could do many things with algebra tiles. Or you can actually use magnet pieces. So I use magnet pieces for my algebra classes or my math for elementary school teacher class. So I show them what type of activities they can do with elementary school kids and teach them the fractions, for example. So you can actually show different type of manipulatives so they can understand the idea very well to teach to the elementary school kids. You can also use pen and you can go over the problems. For example, you want to talk about, let's say, solving quadratic equation. You will write the quadratic formula, right? B squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. So you can actually go show them step-by-step solution so they will know how to solve the problem. So you can go over it, and here there's a button to open it, and there are some options to change the resolution. I'm not going to keep auto resolution on, otherwise the document camera will focus your writing. So since you're going to move your hand while you're writing, if document camera tries to focus on, then vision will be kind of blurry, so you don't want it. So you want to make sure you choose the good resolution before you start. And then here's the USB. You can connect to the computer so you can easily open your document camera. You may want to ask IT department at your school if they allow you to borrow one from them, so you don't need to purchase it. So then they will give you the CD. So you download the CD to your computer and it's ready to go. You just connect the USB and you can start using it. Of course, you gotta open it with the green button that I show you. Okay, so now I want to talk about step 7. Let me show you how you download it. So once you end the meeting, and close the session, the video will be recorded. So I showed you that page earlier. So when it's done, this will be the page you will see. So you see the Zoom at the bottom, rename. So I'm going to do right click, go rename. Let's say Math 101 Chapter 5. So enter. So that way it will be named. You don't want to rename the auto only, right? So you want to choose the one it says Zoom. So then I will go ahead, move it to my screen. So I'm going to go hold it, move it to my screen. So then, as you see, this is my recording, so it will stay there. So that way I can upload it to Google Drive or YouTube easily. And then you can send the link to the participants, so they will not need to download the video to watch it. Before I close the session, I just want to show you one more thing. I'm going to show you one of the video that I created earlier, because so as you see, I keep my video at the center. You see those options here, but in the video you don't see them, and you see the video on the side. Even you keep the video at the center, during the recording, it will move to the side, so the students will see the whole page. So let me open one of the video that I create for my math for elementary school teacher class, so you can actually see how it looks like.
Hello everyone, we're gonna talk about chapter 6.
So yeah, this is the video that I created earlier. As you see, I keep my video at the center during the recording, it moved to the right side while participants watch it, and you don't see the options for the pen, which is visible for the host. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.